Thank you so much for staying here on the AM show. I'm Bernice Abu-Baidoo Lansah. It's now time to have a conversation about mortgages, and joining me for that is Gary Frimpong Amar. He's head agency banking at Ecobank PLC. And let me start off by thanking you, Ecobank, for doing this with us here at JoyNews. It's been almost 3 or 4 years doing this. Or more, Ecobank JoyNews Habitat Fair. So first off, let me start that way. And anytime we invite Ecobank to speak ahead of the Habitat Fair, we usually focus on mortgages because it's one way people around the world finance their homes, right? It's because getting a home, buying a home outright is quite a difficult thing for a lot of people. So tell us what you have to offer and the people who qualify to benefit from your mortgage plans.
Okay, thank you very much, Bernice, and good morning to your cherished listeners. For us in Ecobank, meeting the needs of the consumer is one priority. And in order to do this, we have engaged in so many other products and prospects across the country in order to meet the need of the consumer. One of this is our partnership with you on the mortgage fairs, where we try to bring to the fore what the opportunities are for customers when they engage Ecobank in trying to find a home for themselves. For this particular Habitat Fair that we are having, it's not like the beginning or not like what we used to do before. We've had countless ones when the main focus was just the mortgages, but for this particular one, we decided to add on or go a step further by adding on, opening it up to more people, because not everybody actually needs a mortgage. Some have been able to build themselves, but they need to finish it, right? And there are some that have completed, used all their money in completing their building, they need to finish it. And there are some that are cash-strapped somewhere, because at the same time, you can't say because you are building, you will not eat. So once you are eating and building at the same time, there are times where you need to buy some roofing sheets, buy some fittings and the rest that you need extra money. So we've created opportunities in this space for all. For us in Ecobank, the 4 main products we have in respect of the mortgage financing, we have the normal mortgage, where Bernice, you can walk into the bank and say, okay, I earn 10,000 Ghana cedis a month, or I earn 5,000 Ghana cedis a month. I'm tired of paying rent. I'm tired of paying rent every month and all. I think it's time for me to own a home. So you come to us, you engage us, we tell you how much you can access from us. You identify a house. It could be an apartment in a prime area. It could also be a house in a place where you feel comfortable, right? And then we go through all these processes. Maybe within that period too, because you had plans of buying a house, you would have saved up to a particular amount. You know, per the rules, you need to put down about 20% of an amount in order to be able to meet this requirement. So for you as Bernice coming to us, what happens is you come to us, we assess you, we check your debt service ratio, and then we are able to offer you or tailor whatever product, whatever finance we can give to you in order to buy the building. That is one aspect. And I keep saying that for that particular side, it's just about 25% of the population that can do so. How many of us earn that much to have that confidence in entering into a bank and saying that I've identified this house in Cantonment, this house in Ashalibuche, this house in Mataeko to buy?
Why is that? Why is mortgaging expensive?
It's for me, I wouldn't say it is the jurisdiction in which we are and then the current economic conditions in which we are. We can't lend beyond a certain rate, especially when the commercial bank is giving you a base that you can lend below. So basically, yes, it is. We try as much as possible to have affordable homes that everybody can access. But when it comes to the rates, you know, I've mentioned it before. You come to me with an amount of 20, let's say 1 million Ghana cedis, and you tell me you want a rate of 25% on investment. Me, the bank, is just a mediator between you who have excess funds and the other partner that needs money to meet another need. So once you're taking 24%, I can also give to him at 15%. That'll be a loss to me. So at the end of the day, all these other conditions come in that give up the rate. But we are surviving it. And I'm sure it's something we can keep looking at the rate and say then we will not move or go ahead.
So why should somebody who qualifies for a mortgage, why should that person consider Ecobank's package?
Okay, so for us in Ecobank, we tell you that come to us. There are more options than you may. I've already spoken about the
other
regular
finances.
Yes, the regular
options.
ones. There is the other option of the pension backed, where everybody can access it though. But I recommend this mostly to the hardworking youth and middle income earners that do not have the funds available to pay the 20% down payments. Okay. Right? You are able to weight your pensions against and the mortgage in which you are purchasing, and then you are able to access the 100% mortgage value, which is also one of the very beautiful products that have been created in this respect. There's also the equity release, right? Where you already have an existing house, which you bought, you struggled, you've made it. Now you think it is time to own another house or to become a landlord, or it's time to move into another neighborhood. This way you are able to bring the current house that you have to the bank, and then be able to access 50% of that building's value. That is freeing up cash to invest into the other building or the other, what do you call it? The other building or the other place you want to move to. And we don't leave out our Ghanaians living outside. Okay. Ecobank has this diaspora mortgage that we have put in place now. For this, any Ghanaian living outside that has a good credit score is able to reach out to us, and we are able to engage you and help you purchase a house within the country, which is also one very fantastic product that we have. So we think with the various options available, it is always best to choose Ecobank when you want to.
That's a very fantastic idea, especially with those who live in the diaspora. Let's talk about who your partners are when it comes to mortgaging and these other financing options that you've mentioned.
Okay, so currently, not to bore you with too many names, I'll just give you a few. In terms of the finances, we have the Elegant Homes, we have Def Traco, we have Rehoboth, and then a lot more. As I mentioned earlier, we were not focusing just on mortgages. So in terms of home furnishing, we also partnered with Okadeco on that aspect. And then in terms of the building materials for those who want to finish their buildings or are cash-strapped in order to proceed with whatever they are doing, we also have the Buildmasters, TCL, and Superlux and the rest that can also assist in getting some of these things done for you. So those are our partners.
That's wonderful, because some of these names that you've mentioned are exhibitors at the Habitat Fair. So it's just almost like a one-stop shop for everything. Once you contact them, then they can link up with you and can see how you can help them finance
They couldn't have said it better, Bernice.
Right. So let's wrap up. I want to give you the opportunity to convince somebody who is sitting on the fence. They are not too sure whether it's a risk worth taking going in for a mortgage. Well, whenever we talk about mortgages, there's this scene of a movie that keeps playing in my mind where the gentleman lost his job, and it was a big deal because he had his mortgage to pay. It meant that if he didn't get a job immediately, he was likely going to lose his house. And so we understand in these things there's risk and all that. But what will you tell somebody who is sitting on the fence saying, I need a home. My family has outgrown this, home that I'm in, but I'm not too sure if this is a risk worth taking with Ecobank.
Okay, this is quite simple. For me, I don't think anybody that's decided to buy a house, right, on mortgage terms 10 years ago, 5 years ago, ever regrets it today. It is always best to go on pension knowing that you are going home to sleep in your own bed, than to go on pension thinking that you still have to take out rent money from your pension funds. That is one thing that needs to be in our minds, that I am going home to sleep in my own house rather than going home to still pay rent. Now, if you also have the opportunity to purchase a house, even though our theme this year is where you live matters, it doesn't mean when you have a good opportunity within Kaswa or a good opportunity within Mata-Echo or within Dansoman, you say because you want to move to cantonment, you are not taking that opportunity. You need to take that bold step today. In the case of the story you just mentioned, I think for most people, we need to educate our customers and consumers a lot. When you have such issues, right, these buildings are insured, one, and secondly, when you have such issues, you are supposed to reach out to your bank. When the bank knows first or is notified of such a challenge within the period, what then happens is they are able to take certain decisions to keep you within certain approved waves where you are given some time to relax, recoup, and then come back and continue paying. Most people just vanish or they go ghost when such things happen. But I think if you go to your bank, right, they are open, they will advise you on what can be done, and then you'll be given some room to take, to come back and then finish up your payments. So I think that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Gary. Gary Frimpong Amar is head agency banking, Ecobank PLC, and I'm sure you've been convinced. That was quite a convincing one, I must say. And we hope to see you this weekend. We start on Friday through to Sunday at the West Hills Mall in Wager. You can come, you can ask all the questions you have. Gary and his team will be there to give you all the answers that you need. We'll take a quick breather now. When we come back, we'll have another conversation with Duraplast. Do stay.